Everyone, it's Helen here with Health and with Helen. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about my life coaching business that I started almost a year ago. I know that I have briefly touched base on it before on my channel. However, we have never went through this long, lengthy list of different things that I coach on. I may even be coaching some of you already on some of these things. But I wanted to share with you some of the different things that I'm coaching on. This is not limited to, but I also wanted to give you guys some information on how you can get a hold of me if you're interested in learning more information on any of these topics, or if you're even interested in scheduling an appointment with me. So obviously you can find me on Health and Hope with Helen on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram at Helen Spalding 234. You can find me on Facebook at Helen Spalding, and then you can reach out to me on Messenger. And so those are all three ways that you can message me. And then you can also email me at hspalding124@gmail.com if you would like to schedule an appointment. All right, so some of the things that I coach on. All right, because that's always a question. People are like, what do you do, right? What does a life coach do? Well, I like to view it as that I take my life experiences, and I've had a lot of them, and then I share them with other people. People come to me talking to me about different things that they're wanting to change, areas where they want to grow, areas where they want to improve. And then I take some of my experience and then some of my research and then some of my education, and we come together with a plan and something that may work to help them to achieve these certain goals. Everybody's goals are different. I coach in many, many different areas. And so it's not just a one area. And I know that sometimes people do that, which is amazing. You know, we've got health coaches, as we know. We've got financial coaches. We've got Christian life coaches, which I fall more into that category. However, it's all encompassing, really. I just like to keep God as my focal point, right? Like it's a kind of like, what would Jesus do? So that's kind of more of where I fall into, but there's so many different types of coaches, as we already know. There's relationship coaches, and the list goes on and on. So here are a few of the things though that I coach on. And guys, if you schedule a session with me, I do 1 hour sessions, typically $30. Okay, that's what I'm charging right now. I'm a relatively new life coach, so $30 for a full hour. And not only that, I make you a cup of coffee. Okay, my office is amazing. It is in Casper, Wyoming. So that is one thing. My office is in Casper, Wyoming, but I'm not limited to just my office. So keep that in mind. I do like to have my sessions down at my office. However, I can meet you at your favorite coffee shops. I can meet you at your favorite little lunch restaurant, and we can coach there. I can even do sessions over the phone if you like. So if you're somebody who lives out of state and you'd still like me to do some coaching, we can do it over the phone. Okay. I'm not the most techie person. So, but we could probably Zoom if we really needed to. I just need to set it up. Okay. So I haven't been doing any Zoom coaching appointments yet, but we can do it. If we need to do it, we'll do it. Right. All right. So I'm just going to read off my list so that you kind of know some of the things that I coach on. And then you can see if you fall into this category and if I might be able to be assistance to you. All right, so I would be happy to coach you in any or all of these areas. This is what it says: strengthening your faith and where to start. Okay, this is one that a lot of people do reach out to me on. They obviously know I love the Lord. So they're like, she really loves the Lord. She loves to pray. She has a lot of faith. So we've got a believer here. And so a lot of people are wanting to increase their faith. Like, where do I start? Where do I begin? And so this is an area that I like to believe helpful in, because again, I love the Lord, and that's something I really focus on. And so we just come up with a plan. I just share my different tools with them, things that I do, things that have worked for me, things that may work for them. And we just come together with a plan, and I just hear their heart. I hear what they have to say, and we go from there. Every individual is completely different. And a lot of these tools I used while I was at my coffee shop. You know, I was in customer service for many years, coffee shop business alone. 20. And so this is a lot of stuff that I did while I would be making lattes or mochas. I would actually kind of be coaching while making the drinks. And so I've been doing this for quite a while. And again, I do love to talk about God. I love to talk about Jesus and what would he do and what does he say? Because for me, that's super important. All right. So living your best way Your best life God's way. So that's another thing that I like to coach on. How to start a small business 101. Okay, so that's obviously something I can help people with. I can give them some tools, where to start, who to reach out to, all the different things that I know about starting a small business, and then obviously researching different things for their own personal needs. I am a small business owner. I've owned several coffee shops. So that's something that I can help people with. Somebody who's a dreamer, an entrepreneur. And obviously I'm a life coach now, so I'm starting my own life coach business. And so that's something that I can help people with. I can give them the tools, the encouragement, the motivation. Starting a business 101. I'm not like a professional in this. I've had to live and learn. However, like I said, it's 20 years of experience. A lot of it I've had to get through my husband, because he's been a business owner for many years as well. So we've had to work together on this, but I do believe that I would at least have some good basic tools to get you on your way. All right. So are you struggling from severe acid reflux or GERD? That's another thing that I can coach you on. So now we're going to kind of switch over to the health side of things. However, I believe I would be a huge benefit to you as far as acid reflux is concerned. If you've watched my channel here on Health and Hope with Helen, you already know I talk about acid reflux a lot. And so I would be able to tell you what dietary things have worked for me. We could discuss different medications. We could also discuss different treatment options. You name it. I would be a huge help for you. I've been struggling with acid reflux, severe acid reflux, GERD for many, many years, over 10 years. And so this is an area of expertise for me. And I do believe that I'd be able to help you to start getting to feeling better and get on your way, and to point you in the directions that you would possibly need. All right, and so let's see here. So suffering with loss. Okay, that's another area. There's a lot of loss. There's a lot of loss out there. And so I do get people who come to me just about moving forward, about coping, different things like that from different losses that they've had. And so definitely have had my own losses, and a lot of people have suffered many, many losses, obviously, of loved ones, but different types of losses in their lives as well. Their independence, they've lost loved ones, relationships, different things like that. So we just work through a lot of that together. So that's something that's really near and dear to my heart. And I absolutely love, love, love when people reach out to me for that, because I believe that it's a healing process, and together, we can heal. And so we do lots of different types of worksheets. We work through things in a lot of different ways. Whereas if you schedule an appointment, then you will be a part of that and you will see. But it's a beautiful experience, and I absolutely love when people reach out to me on that, because the best thing that we can do for anyone who's experienced loss is to love them, to listen to them, to hear them, and to let them heal as they speak. And so that's definitely one of my coaching areas that I hold near and dear to my heart. And then the price of beauty, is it worth it? I feel like we could talk about this all day long. You get people who come into you, and at the core of it, insecurity. It really just goes down to the core of it. Loving ourselves, people dealing with their own insecurities, their own battles. We all have them. We all deal with it. And the cost of beauty, is it too high? Because this is like, what am I doing in my life to feel loved, to feel liked, to be seen, how do I find my validation? So it's working through these different things that we all do, and just letting you know, like, you're enough, and just being your full authentic self. Because the cost of beauty right here, is it too high? I go into a little bit of detail of my own personal experiences, because we already know that I was somebody who had breast implants, and my breast implants made me very, very sick. They almost killed me. So is the price of beauty too high? In my situation, I would have to say yes. But we will work through all of that. So that's definitely something that I believe as women and men that we do struggle with. We want to fit in. We want to be approved of. We want to feel beautiful. We want to feel seen. And those are all good things. But it's like, at what cost are we willing to go to have that? So that's what we could coach on and do some different things in that area. And then let's see here, pursuing your dreams. Are you standing in your own way? As you already know, I'm an entrepreneur. So I like to see people live their life to the fullest. And it's like, what can we do to get you to that point? Let's get rid of all of the distractions. Let's get out of everything that's in your way, right? Anything that's tripping you up, let's get rid of it, and let's find a plan to move forward, because so many people are living below their fullest potential. When I can look at them, I'm like, oh, I see something really great inside of you, but they have to get rid of that mindset. They have to get rid of the things that are in their way. And like I just said, the distractions, because so often we're distracted, or we're even like living in fear. We're afraid to take that next step forward to pursue the dreams that God has placed in our heart. So it's really getting rid of the barriers. And so this was so awesome. I would love, love, love to coach you in this area. And then another area, which we talk about on this channel, how you deal with toxic people. Guys, we have got to pick our friends more wisely. And no, sometimes we can't control it. Can we? We can't, right? Because sometimes it's work people, sometimes it's family members. However, let's come up with a plan that helps us to deal with toxic people together. This one's a little personal, because people are like divulging their deepest, darkest secrets. Guess what? It's going to be safe with me. I'm not going to tell anyone, okay? It's between you and I, and we're going to come up with a plan on, okay, how am I going to deal with these people if I have to interact with them? And if I don't have to, guess what? We're going to start eliminating some people. All right, guys. So there's that. And then one more thing I'm just going to go over, because there's a long list here, so I'm not going to make it through this whole entire list. But let's talk about summer. Let's plan some vacations, some weddings, some different things together, okay? A lot of the times you have all these different things, but you're like, I don't know where to begin and I don't know how to start planning. Well, guys, I was a flight attendant. I do believe I'm a little bit of a professional traveler, so I can really help you to start preparing for your trip. If nothing else, okay, types of lists and shopping and all different types of things. I know that all sounds silly, but some of the simple stuff is really, really hard for people to even get organized, and they feel overwhelmed by it. So it's really about coming up with lists, and it's really about coming up with what will I need to do, and really feeling and looking your best. Like, okay, what am I going to need to do before this wedding, this vacation, this reunion? How am I going to feel my best? Do I need to start a workout routine? Am I going to need to start buying some different things for this trip? Am I going to need to start saving some money? What am I going to need to do to make all of these things happen for these really, really special occasions? And it's really about prioritizing. It's really about getting a list going and just kind of planning, pre-planning, right? I love to-do lists. And so that's where this comes in. Like, let's prepare for summer together, whatever it is that you may have going on. And then last but not least, an area that I've been coaching on as well lately is finances, a budget. We need a budget. So if you get into this summer thing already, I'm thinking vacations, I'm thinking airline tickets, I'm thinking clothing, I'm thinking food out, probably tourist destination things, right? Some of you are going to Disney World, some of you are going to Mexico. Everyone's traveling, everyone's doing well. You got to have a budget, right? So I can definitely help you with a budget too. And I've had to learn that one the hard way, but I can help you. So anyways, guys, I hope that this helps a little bit to know some of the things that I am coaching on right now. But again, it's not limited to, you can always reach out to me and I'll be completely honest with you. I'll either be like, yeah, I can help, or nope, that's not my area of expertise. So God bless, and thanks for tuning in today, and I will hear from you soon, hopefully. Bye.